upside down after a bye week. This team went into the bye week with a lot of questions about themselves. A lot of questions about play calling and what their head coach is doing. Also, their defensive coordinator. Players were injured. A lot was just being questioned in this team. The media was ready to fire everybody. I don't know why they was ready to do such a thing because a lot of people were coming back off of IR. I mean, technically, if you wouldn't ride an electric bike when you're supposed to actually ride a bike during an actual event, you wouldn't have to worry about your hamstring because it would have been exercising. But that's neither here nor there. They turned the frowns upside down when the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Browns 20-16. Kev asked for his moment, and here you go, Kev. We are going to talk about this game because a lot of people are saying, one, they only remember the Nick Sirianni rant to the fans. Not a lot of people actually talking about how A.J. Brown dominated that football game. But, Carl, were you impressed by the Eagles win over the Browns?
Carl went first, last one. Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing, Joe. Do your thing.
Oh, my bad.
So, look, how are we looking at the Eagles? All right? Are we looking at them as like the Browns?
That was a bar.
Like that.
To answer your question, no.
How are we looking at the Eagles? Like the Browns? Then yes, I'm impressed. If we look at them like the Browns. Hurst went a game without a turnover. I'm impressed. All year I haven't seen it. Last clean game was against the Chiefs last year. That's a long time ago. That's a long time ago. Yeah, I'm impressed. Against the Blitz, Jalen Hurts was 6 from 12. 50% is not good. My guy, 97%. But we're not talking about my guy. 6 from 12. That's not good. But both of his TDs came off the blitz. So, yes, I was impressed by that. But come on, y'all. Are we really? Oh, yeah, A.J. Brown. Yes, fresh off injury, looked like A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith looked like Devontae Smith. Most of their passing yards, most of the total yards of the team came through A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So, yes, Dallas Goedert got hurt. He might miss some games, y'all. You know how that team is without Dallas Goedert. That might be an issue right there. But I am not really impressed because we had high expectations for this team. The expectations for this team is to be Super Bowl contenders. It's to be NFC East champs. I believe everybody on this panel, probably you too, Carl, picked the Eagles to win the NFC East this year. And
only because of that stat with y'all division, yes.
Yeah, I know. You really thought the Cowboys could beat that?
I picked the Eagles.
Okay. So it's not just because of the stat. It's because you picked the Eagles.
Well, that too. That went into it. But I thought the Cowboys could be competitive for it. They just, because of that stat. I didn't see the Eagles folded, so.
I did too, though, Tomo. I ain't gonna lie.
But I did too. I was on the panel.
We ain't gotta say did. It can still happen. Like, you're only 3 and 3.
Say, 4 and 2. Get it out while you can.
Get out while
you can. Because it ain't happening. All right.
So now, coming from where they come from, they're funk, right? They're blowout with the Buccaneers. I mean, it's a little impressive because they won. You know what I mean? They won. They got their guys back. But the Browns are just terrible, y'all. Now, the Eagles still have a streak going on. They are the only team in the NFL who hasn't scored in the first quarter. That's not good. Sirianni yelling at the fans, he should be yelling in the mirror because that's a coaching issue. Your coach is not having you prepared to get some points, and the Eagles are known for being front runners in the game. That's in the art. You know what I mean? Like, they stack points up, and then you got to play from behind, and they burn the clock out. That's Philadelphia's football. But they can't do that because they're not getting early leads. But the streak was broken that day. The Browns went 26 third downs in a row without converting until they played the Eagles. 26 third downs in a row, they didn't convert. Think about that. That's a crazy stat. And they finally got one. You know, it was that same drive when my man, Deshaun Jackson, he had 11 straight completions against the Eagles. 11 straight. And almost led them to a touchdown and broke another streak because they haven't scored 20 points this year. They almost got 20, but they had back-to-back false starts, knocked them off the 1 yard line. And then it just made a difficult fourth and goal situation. And they should have went for it, but they went for a field goal, which is still a 4-point game. I never understood that. Like, you haven't scored all game. You really think you're going to kick this field goal and then go score next drive? Come on now. You haven't scored a touchdown all game on the offensive side of the ball. So, I am not impressed. Now, the Eagles, they had to, against the Giants, they just lost one of their tackles. Thomas is hurt. He might be out for the season. So they have, they have a little bit of advantage right there. The Giants looking poorly against the Bengals. But Jalen Hurts is 1-5 at MetLife, including the Jets, 1-5. He hasn't only won one game there. So they had to have a convincing win. Or not just convincing, just look good against the Giants, and then I will be impressed. But this game right here, no, I'm not impressed.
My man, your boy will find some numbers when it suits a certain situation.
Exactly, right? The only team ain't scoring in the first quarter. He think that's okay.
I mean, hey, I'm with you. If it was my team, I would be saying the same thing. That's an overrated stat because we won the game. Like, I'm looking at the fact that everything that they were saying while this guy was out, and he came back and made an impact. When Jalen Hurts was going up against the blitz, and he said, "I just need to throw the football up," who was he throwing it up to? He was like, AJ somewhere, so I'm gonna just throw it up. And that right there was saving them because without AJ Brown, that would have been a sack. And we've seen it for the first 5 games that he was out. I mean, outside of the Packers game, but the other games where AJ was missing and Jalen Hurts was getting blitzed, 3. All right, so the games where Jalen Hurts was getting blitzed, it was like, I don't trust anybody, so I'm gonna just hold on to the ball. Or if Smitty was there, he would try to force it to Smitty, and it would either be a turnover or Smitty would make a great play. Same thing happened in the Saints game when Dallas Goedert made that run. It was like, hey, somebody's there that I trust, and I'm gonna throw the ball to it. The one game where I think they played the Bucs, that was the game where it was just like, all right, something got to give. Because again, what was it, 255 yards to 0, and they had the ball like 4 times, and they had 0 yards. Like something had to give. So I understand where the fans was coming from on that aspect. But I can't come on here today knowing what I said the last time we talked about the preview of this game. I said they need to win this game for their psyche. Even if they win this game by 3 points, they just need to win this game. So as much as I want to clown this team, I got to be honest with myself and say, hey, y'all just needed to win. And that's exactly what you did. Do I think it was an impressive win? No. Do I see that it was balanced? Looking at some of the stats, there was a balance there. He was finding ways to get the ball to Saquon. I mean, this was one of the lowest rushing games for Saquon. But again, when AJ Brown going off like that, what do you expect? So for me, y'all better be the Giants. That's all I'm going to say. Because y'all can't keep winning games like this. Like, y'all need to start winning. So y'all need some convincing wins in that locker room. And y'all team is too good to keep scraping and clawing wins like this. This happened last year where you all were winning games by the skin of your teeth, and then the water just fell out from the bottom. You have too many extra weapons and added weapons on this team for you all to be finding ways to win when you really should be blowing this team out. That's all I'm saying.
Carl? Can I say something before you go, Carl?
Do your thing.
Can you put our last comment up, please, Tomo?
Oh, he went in.
Kevo said, I mean, in 2022, we scored 90% of our scores came in the second quarter. That first quarter stats overrated. In 2022, the Eagles were 3rd in first quarter scoring and 12th in second quarter scoring. And guess who was 3rd in second quarter scoring? The Washington Commanders.
That go back to what you said in the chat, right?
Exactly. Y'all look just like the Commanders. Y'all look just like the old Commanders. That's what I've been trying to tell you. But go ahead, Carl.
Hey, that's funny. So I answer this question flat out. No, it was not impressive.
Work.
It was not an impressive win at all. First of all, when you go into a game like this and you come out saying a win is a win, clearly not impressive. I'm not going to say the words that were said in the chat about this game because I don't know if YouTube guidelines, but somebody thought this game was going to be a blowout. The Browns have yet to score 20 points in the game all year, and somehow this was a 4-point win for the Eagles. And now, like Joe said, expectation for the Eagles, you said win a division. No. I heard certain Phillies fans say this is Super Bowl or bust for the Eagles. A 4-point win against the Browns, who are now currently 1-5, that's not looking good for Super Bowl or bust. You had all your guys back. A lot of the excuses were A.J. Brown is hurt. Devontae Smith was hurt. Well, they were there. And you put up 20 points, and you won by the skin of your teeth, like everybody is saying. The Browns, like you said, why would you kick that? Why would you kick the ball? You're not getting the ball, and you're not scoring.
No.
But honestly speaking, you're in a close ball game with a team who did not score an offensive touchdown. Their only touchdown came off of a field goal block. They said Rodney McLeod, I believe, is leading the Browns in touchdowns, who is a safety. And I believe he like 40. I'm exaggerating, but still.
He came from the Eagles, so that makes sense.
So, No, it's not an impressive win. It's not an impressive win when Saquon has 18 carries for 47 yards. By the way, only reason why Saquon's behind Derrick Henry because of one game. Well, this one game ain't help your case. Jalen Hurts, 14 carries, 33 yards. Jalen Hurts, he had a pretty decent game, 264, 2 touchdowns. One to AJ, one to Devontae. Devontae and AJ, like everybody said, was majority of the offense. Grant had 60-something yards. But no, this game was not impressive at all. If you walk away from this game thinking we're still a championship team or this is a great win, you're just fooling yourself.
He lied. I couldn't find the sound effect fast enough. But no. And then who they got the next two opponents, like you said, they have the Giants and MetLife, and then they have the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Cincinnati Bengals is reeling. I'm gonna say it right now. Kayvon Thibodeau is out. The right, I think he's the right tackle or left tackle. Thomas is he's out. They should have a field day with the Giants because this is a personal game for Saquon. So I think Saquon should go for at least like 1-something. Now the Bengals game, that's when we might get back down to the reality of what's going on here, because that's another bad team with a lot of good weapons. So we'll see what happens there. But after that, you got Jacksonville and the Cowboys, man. Like the sky's the limit for you guys.